Welcome to our next video here by Howard Piano Industries. Today we're going to be showing you and talking about bobbling hammers, or what they're called double striking hammers. This is a common problem if you've got parts or action that is out of regulation. Some of the adjustments that need to be done due to worn parts as they gets played can cause what's called bobbling hammers. Basically what a bobbling hammer is, okay, if I were to play this, you can hear the note kind of double striking. It kind of sounds warbly, and it's actually striking the note more than one time with each key blow. Okay, and there's a number of different reasons that can cause that, but if you have a lot of that, it basically means you probably need to go through and do some regulation work on the action, or have that work done on your piano. But I'm going to show you some of the most common causes of having bobbling hammers, and some of the things that you can check for to see what the exact causes it, without having to go through the whole regulation process. Though that is the best solution, is to do the complete regulation on your piano. But one of the first things that most commonly that I see that causes bobbling hammers is what's considered too much lost motion. Okay, now if you look at, I'm pushing down a key just a slight amount, but you can see right here this back check is moving. Okay, and it's not engaging the hammer. Okay, and that's what's called excess lost motion. So you've got too much key movement before it actually does anything to the hammer. Okay, you want to have just a small, very slight amount of movement before that, before the key to move before it engages the hammer. Okay, and so this is an excessive amount, and that's one thing that will cause bobbling hammers. Another thing is having too little Keydip, or what's called Aftertouch. Okay, Keydip, I'm going to pull the camera back here so we can look at the keys. Keydip is the amount of distance that the key will go down before it's stopped by the punching underneath it. Okay, and if you've got too little Keydip or too little Aftertouch, Aftertouch is the amount of key movement that the key makes after the hammer is what's called let off. Okay, what let off is as we press down the key slowly, okay, we're going to see that the hammer falls back. Okay, I don't know if you can see that in the video, but I'll do it one more time. Okay, the hammer falls back a bit. Okay, and what that means is it'll reach this point where the jack, the tip of the jack, is engaged by the let-off button, and that makes the hammer fall back. Okay, if the hammer kept moving forward with the movement of the key, it would just thud against the strings and not be able to fall back, or they call that let-off. Okay, so if you've got the too little aftertouch, which is the distance the key moves after let-off occurs. We talk about how to adjust aftertouch, measure it, and adjust it in one of our other videos. But if you've got too little aftertouch, that certainly could cause the bobbling keys, and we often see that. So if your balance rail felts get compacted, so you've got or less aftertouch, then that's usually what happens there. Another reason could be that your let-off is too close. Okay, so what that is the hammer will come so close to the strings before it lets off. Okay, and that distance should be somewhere between an 1/8 inch and a 1/16 of an inch. If it's in, that'll vary depending on how worn your action parts are and so forth. So if you're too close, say you're just a hair's breadth from letting off when the hammer moves forward, that could also cause the bobbling hammers. So you want to check that and make sure that your not too far away, but that your let off is close enough. And we have another video that shows how to adjust the let off on a piano. Now the final thing that I'm going to show you is that could cause bobbling hammers is worn catcher felt. Okay, so if you've got here we've got a hammer butt with the catcher. This catcher right on the outside is usually covered with leather or buckskin. If that leather is worn from the back catch, contacting it over the years, then that can also cause not a solid checking and cause it so you could have bobbling hammers also. So you want to check that if there's an indentation here in the leather, that means it's probably needs to be replaced. So that's another thing you can check. But it's if you see a lot of it in your piano, if you've got quite a few bobbling hammers, it means time to get some regulation work done, or do some regulation work even yourself. To make some adjustments so that the action works best. But here we've gone through a few things, and if you've got one or two bobbling hammers and you want to try to just do some slight adjustments to make it so that they don't bobble anymore, then these are the steps to kind of go through to diagnose where the problem is and how to fix it. If you have any other questions about us, or want to see our other videos which talk about regulation, piano repairs, and tuning, you can visit our website at howardpianoindustries.com.